As the U.S. markets are currently closed on this Saturday, October 11th, 2025, we are looking at the final print for Protagonist Therapeutics, ticker PTGX, from Friday's session. The stock closed at an incredible $87 per share, which represents a jaw-dropping single-day surge of $19.96 or 29.77%. Now, when you see a move like that in the biotech space, the immediate, almost reflexive assumption is a binary event came through, a positive clinical trial result or a buyout offer. And while the headlines do point to a significant clinical victory, the reality of what just happened to this company's valuation is far more profound and has implications that stretch well beyond a single drug. The market isn't just rewarding a successful outcome, it's fundamentally reevaluating the very core of Protagonist science and its potential to generate future medicines. What we witnessed wasn't just a stock price exploding, it was the validation of an entire technological platform, a moment that separates speculative biotechs from future pharmaceutical powerhouses. This is the kind of event that sophisticated investors, using services like Fidelity Wealth Management or managing their own individual brokerage account, dream of capturing. The common belief, and it's not wrong, is that this spectacular rise is tied directly to their lead asset, rusfertide, and the release of stellar top-line data from its Phase 3 trial in polycythemia vera, a rare blood cancer. The expectation was that the data would be good, but the market's reaction tells you the results weren't just good, they were definitive. They likely demonstrated a clear, statistically significant benefit with a clean safety profile, ticking every box the FDA and future prescribers would want to see. This immediately sets the stage for a new drug application and a path to commercialization. But here is where we need to challenge the simple narrative. Focusing only on this single success is like watching a home run and only talking about the ball clearing the fence, while ignoring the fact that the batter just proved they have the power to hit it out of any park. The real story, the one that justifies a nearly 30% recalibration in value overnight, is that Protagonist's proprietary peptide technology platform has now been validated in a late-stage human trial. This platform is their engine for creating novel drugs, and rusfertide's success is the ultimate proof of concept. It signals to the entire market that their method of designing oral and injectable peptides isn't just theoretical, it's capable of producing winners. This is a critical distinction for anyone engaged in online investing. Let's break down the trading action from Friday because it was a masterclass in institutional conviction. The stock likely gapped up significantly at the opening bell, and the volume throughout the day was almost certainly astronomical, likely 10 to 20 times its daily average. This wasn't a slow grind up, this was an immediate repricing event. The volume tells us this wasn't just retail traders on apps like Robinhood chasing momentum. This was the work of large institutional funds, the kinds managed by Fidelity Investments, who had done their homework and were deploying serious capital the moment the news hit. They weren't just buying the stock, they were absorbing every available share from sellers, creating a powerful upward draft that sustained itself all day. You don't see a stock close near the high of the day after a 30% run without significant, sustained buying pressure from the big players. This suggests that their models now project a much higher future value, and they believe even at these elevated levels, there is more upside. This is a crucial signal for anyone using investing sites to make decisions. Institutional footprints are a powerful indicator of underlying strength. In the current macroeconomic climate, where capital is more cautious, a move of this magnitude in a single name, regardless of how strong the broader market is for something like Tesla stock or Nvidia stock, indicates an overwhelmingly positive company-specific development. So what does Protagonist Therapeutics actually do? At its heart, it's a clinical-stage biopharmaceutical company focused on a specific class of drugs, peptides. Peptides are small proteins that can act with high specificity and potency in the body, but they have historically been difficult to turn into stable, effective drugs, especially ones that can be taken orally. This is the problem Protagonist's platform aims to solve. Their main assets are what truly paint the picture. First, you have rusfertide, the hero of the day. It's a hepcidin mimetic designed to control iron levels in the body, which is critical for patients with polycythemia vera who suffer from an overproduction of red blood cells. Before this data, its success was a major question mark. Now, it looks like a potential best-in-class treatment on a clear path to market. But then there's their other key asset, J&J 2113, an oral peptide being developed for psoriasis and inflammatory bowel disease. Crucially, this program is partnered with Janssen, a subsidiary of Johnson & Johnson. Having a pharma giant like J&J not only co-developing, but also funding a significant portion of the work is another massive external validation of the company's technology. This success indirectly de-risks this program as well, because it proves the underlying science is sound. This is the kind of strategic depth that automated tools like Schwab Intelligent Portfolios might start flagging as a positive qualitative factor. Looking back, the path for Protagonist hasn't always been this smooth. The stock has experienced significant volatility in the past, with previous data readouts or clinical holds causing sharp drops. This is the brutal reality of biotech investing. However, those who understood the science and maintained their conviction through the tough times are the ones reaping the rewards today. This is a lesson for every person doing self-investing through platforms ranging from SoFi Invest to the more advanced Interactive Brokers trading platform. Understanding the technology and the long-term vision is just as important as reacting to the daily price chart. The company's business model hinges on leveraging its platform to generate a pipeline of these novel peptide drugs, either to be commercialized themselves in specialty markets or partnered with larger companies for broader indications. The J&J deal is a perfect example of this strategy in action, providing non-dilutive funding and expertise while they focus their own resources on rusfertide. For those with a Fidelity IRA or other long-term accounts, finding a company at this inflection point, where its core technology is proven and its lead asset is heading for approval, is a landmark event. Now, we have to turn to the future outlook. What happens next? The expectation is a straightforward path to FDA submission, approval, and a successful product launch. The reality is a bit more complex, filled with immense opportunities and continued risks. The immediate catalyst will be the full data presentation at a major medical conference. Analysts and physicians will scrutinize every detail to understand the drug's competitive positioning. Following that, all eyes will be on the FDA filing and the subsequent review process. While the data appears strong, regulatory interactions are never a guaranteed slam dunk. Any delay or request for additional information could create short-term volatility. This is a risk that anyone using the Robinhood app for Robinhood stock trading needs to appreciate. The commercial launch itself presents another set of challenges, from manufacturing scale-up to convincing doctors to adopt the new therapy. But the opportunities now far outweigh the risks for many investors. The biggest opportunity is the potential for a buyout. A company like Protagonist, with a de-risked, soon-to-be-approved asset in a specialized market and a validated technology platform, is an extremely attractive target for a larger pharmaceutical company. Later Capital has the commercial infrastructure to maximize a launch like rusfertide's, and would pay a significant premium for the company to acquire not just the drug, but the entire peptide discovery engine. Another major opportunity is the progress of their partnered program with J&J. Any positive updates from those trials could serve as another powerful catalyst, reminding the market that this is not a single product story. This dual-engine growth potential is what makes this a compelling thesis for those seeking serious investment help. Based on this data, what do you think the peak sales for rusfertide could be? Comment your estimate below. We are talking about a drug that could potentially become the standard of care in its field. In conclusion, the story of Protagonist Therapeutics' 30% single-day gain is a classic example of expectation versus reality in the stock market. The surface-level expectation was for a positive binary event, a simple win on a clinical trial. The much deeper reality is that this win served as the ultimate validation for the company's entire scientific foundation, transforming its perception from a high-risk speculative venture into a de-risked development powerhouse with a platform capable of generating multiple future therapies. This is the kind of fundamental shift that creates lasting value. For investors using any online investment tool, from a simple SoFi trading platform to a comprehensive interactive broker's account, understanding this distinction is everything. The market didn't just reward Protagonist for one successful drug, it began the process of repricing the company for its potential to produce many more. The narrative has officially shifted, and that is a far more powerful and enduring force than any single day's price movement. Short disclaimer. This content is for educational purposes only and not financial advice. Always do your own research and consult a licensed financial advisor before investing. All investments carry risk, including possible loss of principal.